One day, lots of videos with the same vibe started to pop up in my YouTube feed. This was somewhere around Galaxy S24 Ultra announcement. People compared Samsung phone with mirrorless $5,000 price tag cameras like Canon, Sony and so on. This was to convince us that there is little quality difference, and Samsung phone is so powerful that it can be on the same level as Titans, especially for social media. I plan to do the same comparison video, but against something more reasonable, with the same price tag as a smartphone. But for jokes and giggles, wanted to compare Samsung with $30 used old smartphone. And all jokes and laughs aside, but S24 Ultra, Samsung's flagship phone of the future and next 7 years, had shitted the pants. But not only for not being better, but even losing in some categories. I was disappointed and even thought for myself that this comparison video will be useless. But this sends the message for such large corporations like Samsung, Apple and so on. Your technologies are outdated. Our alien Overlords has provided us with far superior tech, and your use of old recycled hardware and software algorithms is laughable. Here we can look at some results. Let's start with some portraits. Straight away, won't even talk about details, look at the colors. This is Sony. We can see nice skin tones, we can see gradients. Here everything is brown, green, like puke swamp. And here our smartphone of the future, of the next decade, lost some details on the way here. Samsung. Here I tried to make better photo with Samsung, but the same colors. What is going on with these colors? By the way, this is the worst Sony camera in the whole mirrorless lineup, with old sensor. Look, I even see the person behind the camera in the eyes. This is indoors daylight photo, lots of sunlight from the window, and if we are not zooming in, maybe they look similar. But as soon as we try to zoom in, here we see just lack of details, lack of colors in Samsung devices. No contrast whatsoever. Let's go outside. And problem in these photos, once again, not even details, but lack of contrast, lack of depth. This is three-dimensional, and this is flat. By the way, there are some smartphones on the market right now that can give you DSLR or mirrorless vibes, but this is not phone of the future. Once again, why I am so hard on Samsung? Because they spend lots of time advertising their smartphones as phones of the future, phones with lots of photo powers, with leading algorithms. But look at this, no details, no contrast, no depth, nothing. This is outdated technology. By the way, look at the portraits. Look. I can see the person behind the camera in the eyes. And this is ZVE-10. Imagine what it will be in the 50 megapixel or 100 megapixel full frame or even medium format camera. On the Samsung side, the image is very flat. No contrast, lots of noise. It is one of the biggest problems in Samsung smartphones. Lots of noise in shadow areas, even in the daylight. Look, this image from Mirrorless camera has depth, you can feel 3 dimensions. This is just a mushy mess. There were pretty much enough light in this situation, but for some reason Samsung's phone of the future decided to give us this. This is outdated technology. Outdated not only in the hardware side, but software. Here we can see Samsung gave us at least something, details on the fabric, but once again, very flat, and colors was not pink, it was exactly like this, red. So algorithms from the future decided to throw away all color information. Nice. Okay. Some low light. And what is going on, Samsung? Oh. Should we even go further? This is embarrassing. Back to the future. Or should I say, back to the past? Do not want to look at this. Let's go. By the way, this is not like latest and greatest camera. This is piece of art that is called Sony ZVE-10. It also outdated technology, recycled, reused trash, but as you can see, even this trash can beat the soul out of our smartphone of the future. Yeah. You know, neither of this look good, but this is atrocious. This is ultra-wide shots. Neither look good. But Samsung decides to completely give up with their ultra-wide models. Looks like it lacks at least 10 years. What a joke. Alright. Once again, noise performance in shadow area is awful on S24 Ultra, even in the daylight, and at night it becomes pain to look at. Some portraits mode. Do not know how about you, but I do not feel like this is 1300 euros performance before tax. If you do not use zoom, you can say, oh, Sony camera is brighter, Samsung is darker, but no, as soon as we start zooming, you can see the abyss in the quality. Look on these details, look on the fabrics. And this is, by the way, dedicated night mode. This is just painful to watch. Where are leaves? Just darkness, darkness in our wallets. And look at this part, this metal bolts, plastic, what is this? Just mushiness, swamp, no details whatsoever. And this Sony APS-C camera just use raw power, it do not use any algorithms, computational photography, night mode. As soon as corporations will start to use it, it will be great. I would love to see companies to do this, but I do not think that we will see this in nearby future. Maybe if Chinese companies start to buy out Sony, Canon, Fuji, Japanese companies when they go bankrupt, because they are in the same stagnation like some smartphone manufacturers like Samsung, Apple, Sony, freaking Sony. This is main sensor on the Samsung. Sony decided to focus on this tree. But still, there is just no details on this smartphone. This is 5-time telephoto lens from Samsung and 85mm on the Sony. Samsung is brighter, but dark picture can be fixed in post, and lack of details, mushiness, this can be fixed. Maybe if you look from the distance, it's okay, but I feel like this is nice performance for a budget smartphone, not ultra flagship for $1,300. That is my own humble opinion. Feel free to disagree with me in the comment section below. This proves that smartphones like Galaxy and iPhone series just can't compete with dedicated DSLR or mirrorless cameras. If we are talking purely about image quality details, signal-to-noise ratio, color quality, mid-tone gradients, depth, contrast and micro-contrast, and so on. Of course, phones are more convenient and always with you. They use algorithms and computation, have some neat, nice modes and features that conventional cameras just do not have and feels like will never have. But phones like iPhone 50 Pro Max, Galaxy S24 Ultra are just outdated tech. No need to deny it. As well as this piece of tart that is called Sony ZVE-10, that is stuck in Ice Age 8 times, which is sad. My soul searches for innovation and new, never seen on this planet advancements. But it feels like we are stuck in this time loop, and we need to find a way out of this prison. See you in the next time loop.